tell us who's playing in goal tonight?
Quick's in net tonight.
I know that you have, obviously you have a game tonight, you've got this outdoor game coming up on Sunday. Are there any preparations that you have to, put in place before Sunday for that at all, as a coaching staff?
There's always logistics that you have to go over. I mean, that goes throughout the entire season. It went because of a snow day 2 days ago. There's always logistics that are moving down the road, and so there's talk about how we're going to move through those days. With regard to the game itself, not yet. We're going one at a time here. So Montreal tonight, and then we'll take care of that. But there's always things that you have to talk about and figure out how you're going to move as a team.
You did have 2 days in between these games. You played on Monday and today, and you had a day off. How do you keep it going, keep that momentum that you seem to have built last week going?
Well, the guys, we got to fight for it every day. I think the guys have done a pretty good job of that so far in the month of February. Got to continue to do that. I think the minute you think you're all that, you're probably not going to like the results at the end of the night. And so there's been a lot of work and mental preparation, physical investment into the games, and with that we've been able to win some games. But that has to be consistent, I think, on a daily basis.
If I could ask you a little bit about Brodzinski. Mm-hmm. In all the teams you've coached, all the years you've coached, all the hundreds of players, is it common for a guy to kind of establish himself as an NHL player at age 30, or is that something that doesn't happen very often?
I would say that it doesn't happen often, but there's definitely, I think, some players that I've used in the past. I think one that comes to mind is Harry Zolnichuk. He came in and he played pretty well for us in Nashville and was part of a Stanley Cup run and to the finals and scored some big goals for us. And there's been some players, I think, that have done it, but you're right, it's not that common. But Johnny's come in here, he's played really well. He's using his assets to make the most of his time here, his skating and versatility, his speed. He's played well defensively. His line is creating on a consistent basis right now, so they've been really good. He's been good.
Does that, when that does happen, on the rare occasions that it does, is it because this guy has learned so much in his time in the minor leagues over X number of years that he's now ready to be a player, or is it just that he's found the right situation and finally?
Maybe a combination of both. I do think that experience, the more you play, the more experienced you become, and you learn a lot. And so I do think it could be a combination of both. There's an opportunity here right now for him, and he's done a good job.
Coach, Trocheck is on the ice for close and a half of you guys' goals, 5-on-5. It's just a stats, but do you think that it shows the impact that he had on your team this year?
Yeah, I do. I think he's been a guy that we've counted on in a lot of different situations, whether it be face-offs, penalty kill. When we're up by a goal and we're trying to close out a game, and certainly from the offensive standpoint, power play, his line has been one of the most effective lines, and Vince is a big part of that. He's had an excellent year to this point, so that doesn't surprise me. And if you ask me, if there were a line that produces a high-producing line in the league overall, I would say yes. So he's part of that.
Sorry. Alex Belzile was a great story of resilience in Montreal, the way that he reached the pro level in the National Hockey League. What do you have? What kind of a scouting report do you have on him, and what do you think that he could bring to your team tonight?
Well, so right now we have 13 forwards, and so he got recalled because he's had a really good year in Hartford. He's played well, and I haven't got to see him much. But I did get the reports on him that he's played well, and so he's here in part of the 13.
So we're not sure he's playing tonight?
He is right now. He is not.
Okay. Question for you, Coach, regarding morning skates here at the MSG. Mm-hmm. Some coaches want to stay at their practice ring.
Yeah.
Others wants to be in their own ring. What's your philosophy?
Well, this goes back to the logistics that I was talking about. It's not as easy here with guys in different areas. Yeah. Around the city, some in the city, some around the city, and so, we've put together a schedule. That schedule's changed a couple times too, and so we're trying to do what's best for the New York Rangers, and trying to take into account where everybody lives and what we need inside of the certain part of the schedule. So it's a little bit more challenging from other places that I've been, but something that we're managing.
How would you evaluate Axel Lafreniere's play so far in the year?
He's been excellent. He's his line, as a question on Trocheck, his line has been excellent. He's a part of that line. His skill is really, it's on display most nights. The way he handles the puck, the way he creates. You know, the line of Panarin, Trocheck, and Laugh has been, like I said, a top line in the league. They generate a lot of chances for us. They seem to have good chemistry, and him and Panarin and Laugh on their off wing seem to complement each other when they're on the ice in the offensive zone and trying to create. And Vince has done a really good job of kind of anchoring those two players, and so it's been an effective line, but he's been excellent this year.